Joining us now is Emirali, former aide to UK Government Minister, joining us from the UK to talk to us further about vaccinations and the lockdowns in the UK. Good afternoon, Leon. Thank you for joining the program.
Good afternoon, Dilek. Thank you.
Now, taking the Article 16 of the Northern Ireland Protocol into account, how is the European Union using the trade agreement to introduce controls on vaccines, considering the shortfalls there at the moment?
Well, clearly, we're having to get used to this new relationship now between the UK and the European Union, and the row over these vaccinations has been a very stark illustration of the different agendas that both sides now have. There is this evoking of Article 16, which caused a lot of worry, was quickly reversed by the European Union. And the reason why it was such a worrying prospect for those here in the UK and particularly in Ireland was that it overrides the Northern Ireland Protocol that ensures that goods can transfer between Northern Ireland and the Republic Island just as they were as when the UK was a member of the European Union. So quite clearly, there are going to be difficulties, but this is the relationship we now have with the European Union, and hopefully that can now be put to bed and we move forward with aligned objectives.
Now, when the Brexit deal was signed in December last year, you said in an interview that it is possibly the first trade deal in history where the endpoint has more barriers than there were to begin with. Can you elaborate on that comment in light of the current situation?
Sure. Well, quite clearly, before Brexit, the European Union and the UK had free trade, were part of the trading bloc that is the European Union. And now the deal that we have with Europe is more, there is more friction than there was before. And ultimately, a year on, Brexit is going as well as it can do in the circumstances. Britain has arranged a trading deal with the EU that stops this cliff edge Brexit. They've also gone out and got trade deals with a number of different economies, including Turkey, Japan, South Korea and others. But being realistic, Brexit is going to lead to a 4% reduction in UK GDP. That's what is being predicted, and that doesn't even take into account the pandemic. So I don't think anyone's under the illusion there are going to be difficult times ahead, but I think it's a case of making the best of where we are so far.
Now, considering the vaccine shortfalls and the European Union's introduction of controls on vaccines to Northern Ireland, what similar action could the bloc take in the future, and how could it impact relations with the UK?
Well, clearly that there is a worry between the agreement not being met that's been forged between the UK and the European Union. But I think hopefully we aren't looking at this happening again. This is an issue really between the EU and AstraZeneca, the pharmaceutical company providing those vaccinations. And ultimately, the UK has taken the position that we want to be open and forthright with the European Union. We want to be able to trade freely between those two nations without breaking the agreements of the initial Brexit deal that was signed on Christmas Eve. So I'm hoping, and I think everyone's hoping on both sides, that we don't see a repeat of this tension over the past few weeks. But as I say, there is a new relationship now between the UK and the EU. Our objectives are not as aligned as they once were, and we have to wake up to that fact, and there may well be difficulties further down the line, although I'm sure both sides will want to avoid that.
Okay. Leon, thank you so much for your contribution. It's always a pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you.